Hello everyone. Welcome back to another Kindle video. If you are new here, my name is Summer and I post so much about books, e-readers. My most popular videos by far are Kindle videos, so you're in luck today because we are going to talk about which Kindle is right for you. I'm going to talk about 4 Kindles today. Actually, I might even bring in a 5th, we'll see, but I've got another Paperwhite back here behind the scenes, and in front of me I have the Colorsoft, I have the Little Matcha Basic, and I have the, well, I guess this is the Paperwhite, I should say. This is the Paperwhite Signature last edition. So we're going to talk about who the Paperwhite Signature might be for as opposed to just the Paperwhite. So if you want to see any specific Kindles, I'm going to leave little timestamps in the description. I'm also going to link every single thing in the description so you can find these Prime Day deals. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that, it's kind of a tongue twister, but the thing is I know I could watch endless amounts of Kindle content. So let me know if you're just here in the comments. Let me know if you're just here because you're an e-reader fan and you love Kindle content. Let me know if you have any questions that I didn't answer in this video. I have a whole playlist of e-reader videos because, like I said, on this channel, I talk about books and I also just talk so much about Kindles. This is really my passion. I'm like wanting to be the iJustine of Kindles. If you know what that is, give this video a thumbs up. Even if you don't know who that is or what that is, what that reference is, give this video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel and just helps me to know that maybe you want even more Kindle content than what I've been putting out. So without further ado, just know that everything is in the description. Everything is going to be linked and time-stamped. I'm so happy to do more videos for Prime Days. And I'm also going to talk about some Kindle accessories at the end of this video because I did a little poll on Instagram. If you don't follow me there, it's just at Summer Sarah Reads. I'll link that on the screen somewhere so you can find it easily. But I did a little poll and people said that they wanted to see some Kindle/book accessories. So I'm definitely going to add that at the end of this video. And then I might do even more, just general Amazon favorites and books that you need to read. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see in the upcoming few days. And I will be announcing quite a few books that are coming out tomorrow for my regular TBR Tuesday as well. So again, make sure you're subscribed. Sit back, relax, and enjoy another Kindle video. Okay, we're going to start off with just talking about the basic. This might be the one that I actually get the most questions about is Summer. Is the basic good for me? Is it too small? Like, do I need color? Do I need the automatic light? What do I need? So let's talk about this little guy. Oh, also storage. Storage is a big thing people ask me about. I have so many like Q&A videos on TikTok too, where I just like answer people's questions in other videos on TikTok. So I'm going to answer a lot of that here and just combine it all into one. So with the basic, it is smaller. So if you are someone who has small hands, the basic is probably good for you. This one, I can hold it in one hand for sure. I have like kind of medium-sized hands and I can hold it in one hand, but it does get tiring. This is the Paperwhite, by the way. I'll go through them all, but this is the same size as the Colorsoft. So all of the other Kindles that we have available to us right now, other than the Scribe, which is the one that I don't have. So I'll mention the Scribe, don't worry about it, but the other Kindles that we have available to us are the same size. So the Paperwhite Signature Edition and the Colorsoft are the same size now. So there's no size difference once you get to these ones, but really people just have a question about the little basic. Is it too small? Or what size is it good for? This one is really good for taking it places. It's a bit bigger than my iPhone. My iPhone, I actually did a comparison video today on TikTok. My iPhone is a little bit smaller than this. I should actually go get it and show it to you guys, but I think I've done that in other videos. And then it is a bit wider, the Kindle. So this one is just a bit bigger than most smartphones. If you have one of those phones that has a giant screen, this is going to be really similar, but it's very light, very thin, and it has an e-ink display. That's what's going on with all of these. That's another big question that I get. Summer, why can't I just read on the Kindle app? You can. You can. And if you're someone who has been waiting around, wondering if they should buy a Kindle, that's why I'm telling you about these right now, because Amazon always has sales and deals on these during Prime Day. So that's why I'm going to link them down below so you can just easily find them. But if you're someone who has been reading on the Kindle app on your iPad, I have a lot of viewers I know that do that. I know a couple of you especially that do that because you're like, I'm good here. And it has color, but the eye strain is supposed to be reduced with the e-ink display. So what that means is this doesn't really have the same type of backlight as a phone. So you can see when the screen is turned off here, then it's just kind of like you're looking at almost like a newspaper type screen. And this one is in black and white. So is the Paperwhite. The only one that is in color is the Colorsoft. And this one, it really depends on what book you have on the backgrounds. Like when the screen is sleeping, it's really interesting to see which ones have the most color. This is kind of a dark cover to begin with. So that's why it's a bit harder to see the color, but when you turn on the screen, that's when it really shines because obviously it's just kind of chilling there when it's off. So size-wise, just answer one question at a time because I know I'll get excited about this. Size-wise, if you have small hands, if you're looking for a travel Kindle, this one is going to be probably the best for you. If you are worried about text size and you're like, I feel like I need to be able to fit a lot of text on a screen, well, fear not, because all of the Kindles have this ability to change the font size. So all you have to do to change the font size on any of your Kindles is just kind of tap. Then you're gonna get a little menu right here. It takes you to all of your font options and you can change the spacing. And right now I'm just gonna turn up the brightness a tad so you can see this. The brightness on the basic, and the basic comes in this beautiful matcha green color and also black. So that's just what, if I call it the matcha basic, it's just because it's the green one. That's really what it is. Otherwise, you get this like black kind of bezels on this screen. So if you just want like a cute little kind of different Kindle, because they don't have white ones anymore, but I'm really hoping they come out with one, then this one might be for you. I have a whole unboxing and review on all of these. So again, I'm gonna link that below, and you can also just go look through my channel because I've unboxed all of these on camera. So if you're just like, you wanna see more than what I'm giving you right now, do not worry. You can just go binge all of my channel content, truly. So when it goes back to the basic, let's talk about that font size that I was talking about so I don't get too distracted. So you can change the font size, and the font that I have it on right now is actually kind of on the smaller side. It's like getting toward medium, but it's actually on the smaller side. And you can also make it more bold. I prefer to have the boldness turned up a little bit. It just makes my eyes read faster. I just like it. So you can change the font size. So if you're worried about how much fits on a screen, or if you're gonna be able to read it without glasses or just without your eyes being uncomfortable, you can change the font size. You can also pinch like that to change the font size at any time. You don't have to go to that menu to do so. So just know that you can do that. Like I said, the screen is supposed to reduce eye strain. This is not difficult to read at night. You can kind of see like there's no glare. There's no screen protector on this one. There is a matte screen protector on the Colorsoft here. You can kind of see that glare at the bottom. There's some fingerprints, but actually you go watch the unboxings for this one, the Colorsoft, you will see it's a fingerprint magnet. It just is. It's part of how it is, but that's for another day to go over that. But the little screen protectors will be linked below too if you do want that matte effect on your Paperwhite or your Colorsoft. I keep tapping it so it keeps changing the page. But back to this one. This one is just very matte all on its own. You can kind of see the window over there when I turn it like this, but not too bad at all. If you go out into bright sunlight, this is not going to change on its own. The basic. This one and the regular Paperwhite, just the standard Paperwhite, will not brighten or dim. Like if you're in a dark room, it's easy to read on for sure. It doesn't hurt your eyes. It's bright enough. Like you can change it as I showed you just on this main screen if you swipe down. but it will not change on its own. You can see there's no little auto brightness thing right there, and there is no warm light. I don't feel like it's an issue on the Matcha Basic, or Basic as we should say, at all. I get that question a lot, like, do you need warm light? Because that's a feature that is really heavily touched upon when you're looking at the differences of these devices. And what I'm going to say is, if you are a heavy reader and you're reading for multiple hours a day in the dark or in bright sunlight or in areas that might change multiple hours a day, yeah, I think it's totally fair to possibly go for the Colorsoft or the Paperwhite Signature Edition, because it's just nice. Like, it's nice to have your screen automatically change. However, is it necessary? No. So it's easy to just kind of swipe down, change your brightness. I do it all the time. There's also dark mode on this one. So at night, I sometimes like to read in dark mode because that's also just easier on your eyes when it's dark screen, white text. So that's quite nice. All of the Kindles, by the way, feature this nice little percentage that tells you what your reading speed is. You can tap to change those settings and turn it off if you hate it. I personally get really like competitive with myself, and I want to know how much time I have left. So it learns your reading speed and tells you how far you are at in your text. You can also add the clock to the top. I know a lot of people do not like the clock on the top because they just want to enjoy the book and not know what time it is. But if you're someone like me and you tend to lose track of time while you're reading, it is nice to have the clock. I was reading a paperback the other day and I happened to like tap on the top because I was like looking for the clock, and that's how you know you're a Kindle addict, and you're just so used to all these features on your Kindle when you're like tapping looking for the clock on a paperback. But to be fair, it was late and I was tired. So if you've been using the Kindle app this whole time, great news, your Kindle will sync all of your purchases. So if you've been using the Kindle app already, if you're transferring and you're upgrading your Kindle perhaps on Prime Day, and you've always been kind of looking at an upgrade, or maybe you've been looking at the Colorsoft, you aren't sure about it because it had the whole yellow line gate. I have many videos on that, like I said, you can go watch, but the Colorsoft and the Basic, I will say, are my favorites for different reasons. So if you're looking to upgrade, what was the other thing I was going to say? If you are just getting a completely new device, then you'll buy all of your books and they will sync to your Amazon account. So they do sync from device to device. And if I read a book on my Matcha, it will actually sync and use Whispersync to tell my other devices where I'm at. So if I use this while I'm on the go, maybe I'm, I don't know, getting my nails done or something, or I'm waiting at the doctor's office or on the subway or wherever I am, and I'm reading on this one, because it's the one that I like to take in my purse with me. When I get home and I'm reading at night on my Colorsoft, because it stays home, it should sync, and usually does. You can also just like pull down the little sync thing if it doesn't. Then all of your content will sync, and that is one of the big benefits of having a Kindle. So if you lose your Kindle for some reason, like you're someone who happens to lose things a lot, the Basic is under $100. So it is really not that big of a, well, I mean, it is. Let's be real. I don't want to say like losing $100 and a prized possession, it doesn't mean anything, because it totally does. But the benefit here is that your library is completely synced over. It's completely cloud-based. Some people love that, some people don't. And that's been one of the debates on Amazon device versus having another library, like having another ecosystem like a Kobo or something like that. That's been something that's been debated, whether it's good to have things cloud-based or not. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments, whether you think this is a pro or a con. But just overall, that's what you're going to see with all of these devices. So if you are just new to getting a Kindle, or if you are upgrading, which I highly suggest watching the unboxing and setup for whichever one you're getting, because that'll just help you be able to walk through it from the videos that I already have on my channel. But that is a pro for you, that all of those things are going to sync over. And if you have multiple devices, it just syncs your reading progress, which is super nice. On the Colorsoft, you're going to notice something right here where it says auto brightness. So if I turn that on, you can see immediately that just changed. Oh, it's changing right now, in fact, as it's sensing the light. So if you're, like I said, going from location to location, it will change itself based on the brightness of the room. You can turn that off And on this one, you can also turn warmth on and make it pretty warm. It looks even crazier on camera than it does in real life. So this one, warm light is supposed to be good for when you're going to bed, kind of winding down. The basic and the regular Paperwhite do not have warm light. The ones that do have warm light are the Colorsoft and the Paperwhite Signature Edition. So if you're looking for that warm light and you're looking for the light to adjust on its own brightness wise, then you're going to want to go for the Paperwhite Signature or the Colorsoft. The Colorsoft also has 2 modes here. So you can see that right now I have it on vivid mode, and that means it just has more color in general. So let me go back to the main screen here so you can see that all of the covers are just in color. It's super nice. It kind of, once you have it like this, it's not that the other Kindles are worthless, but it's just way more fun because that's just kind of how you see them if you're walking through a bookstore or something. So that's just nice to have that option. Let's talk about battery and storage, because those are 2 other questions that I get. So when you get any of the Kindles, you get a ton of storage. And the basic comes with 16 gigabytes, and the 2 upper models, the Paperwhite Signature and the Colorsoft, come with 32 gigabytes. I think someone has done the math and it's like 1,000 books per gigabyte. So it's not like you're going to be filling up this storage insanely fast unless you're someone who reads a lot of graphic novels, unless you are someone who perhaps reads for work and you have an insane amount of books that you want to have downloaded all at one time, things like that. But I have not found that I'm filling up my storage. I think my storage is like 3% full, and I've been using a Kindle since the very first iteration came out, when it had like a keyboard on the actual device with little buttons and things like that. So the cool thing about your library is that you can actually offload books that you don't want. So, well, not books that you don't want, that's dramatic, but I'm gonna turn down the warmth here just a little bit so we can see this on camera better. So you can see right now, these books with little check marks have been downloaded to my device. If I want to take them off, like say I've read it and I'm good, I don't want to have it on here anymore, then what I can do is I can actually click these little 3 dots and you're going to get all these options. This one is actually synced to my Audible account as well, since Amazon is connected to Audible. And so this one was actually syncing with where I was listening to it, because I just read the sequel to this book. By the way, the sequel to this book comes out tomorrow when I'm filming this. So I'm going to link those below too, because this book is amazing if you're looking for a new fantasy book. It's like romantasy, but it's really Greek mythology fantasy based. It's called The Tribute of Fire by Soraya Wilson, and the second one just came out. I just read it in paperback. It's called A Vow of Embers. This is just a total sidebar, but this book was so good. I was re-listening to it because I was listening to the sequel. So the sequel comes out tomorrow, A Vow of Embers. A Tribute of Fire is already out, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. Do you guys want a Kindle Unlimited video? Let me know in the comments, because I think I was going to make one of those and then I just ended up making TikToks instead. So if you want a full YouTube video, actually I'd be very happy to make a Kindle Unlimited suggestions and how I use Kindle Unlimited, things like that, to see if it might be worth it for you on your new or upgraded Kindle that you're probably going to be buying. So if I don't want to have this on my device, going back to storage, then what you can do is you can just remove download is what I'm going to click. So see how that little check mark went away? That means it's just not on my device, so it's not taking up space. But if I scroll down a little bit, you're going to see, oh, these don't have covers loaded. They don't have that little check mark. So if I click on these, then they start downloading, and now they're going to be on my device. So that's how you can kind of optimize your storage if you're concerned at all. You can just download the ones that you want to have while you're on Wi-Fi, and then take them off if you don't want them to be taking up your storage any longer. What I like to do is if I'm going to be going out or if I'm going to be traveling, something like that, then I'll make sure I have them downloaded, because I might not have Wi-Fi where I'm going, or on the plane or the train or in the doctor's office, wherever you're taking your Kindle, you may not have Wi-Fi, so you might want might want to download those before you go. That's another thing that leads us actually to battery life. So I think these have been changed up a few times on how long the batteries last. I think at one point, this one, we'll have to look at the Amazon descriptions, but I think at one point this one was, they said months of battery life, but then it said like 8 to 12 weeks, depending on your usage. So if you have the brightness turned up really high, or if you're always connected to Wi-Fi, it's always syncing, talking to other devices, talking to, you know, like it's just connected. If it has Bluetooth on, those kinds of things, those are going to suck up a lot of battery. So when you first get your Kindle, another big question I get, when you first get your Kindle, the first week of battery life is going to be worse than your regular life. People often freak out and they're like, I just got a Kindle. It's supposed to last forever. They all have USB-C, by the way. Now, it's kind of nice because everything, it was kind of a pain at first, I feel like, where everything was turning over to USB-C because we're still, well, at least I was still carrying multiple chargers like Lightning, USB-C, micro USB. But now that things are kind of moving over, I find that it's very nice that they have a universal charger. Let me know how you feel about that one in the comments too, if you have thoughts on that. But weeks of battery life, at least. I think you're going to at least get 8 weeks out of this one, unless you're reading for hours a day. Again, I think general use that they say, like average use of all of these devices, is 30 minutes a day. So if you're using this for more than 30 minutes a day, you are not going to get the recommended battery life because of course you're using it more than what they're saying is general average use. So when was the last time I charged either of these Kindles? I don't know. This one was weeks ago. It's at 86% right now. And this one I generally take with me in my purse. It is with me most times, and I'm just usually downloading and syncing before I go. Like I'll just grab it and just make sure I have the book that I want. If I know I'm gonna be waiting somewhere or if I'm going out for a while and I wanna make sure I have this all ready to go, or if I'm going to the gym or something, I'll make sure this is all synced up. But I honestly cannot tell you last time I plugged this Kindle in. This one is only charged by the little port. Same thing with the regular Paperwhite. But the Colorsoft and the Paperwhite Signature Edition have not this. This is a separate accessory, so don't think about that. Right about here, there is a wireless charger in the, again, the Signature Edition of the Paperwhite and the Colorsoft only, not the regular Paperwhite, not the basic, just the two upper end models. There is a little wireless charging thing right about here. So you can actually get a little stand, which is one of the things I'm going to link below as an accessory, because I have a little stand by my bedside table for my Colorsoft to sit on, and it's really nice. I don't put it on there every night. When I first got the stand, the idea was that it would sit on there every night, so it would just be 100% anytime I picked it up. But in reality, I don't want it to be 100% because I want the battery to last as long as it can. So I actually unplug that stand from time to time and just let it sit on there like unplugged, so it looks nice, but it's not, because I don't need it to be charged all the time. I really don't. But if you're someone who wants it to be 100% anytime you pick up your Paperwhite Signature or your Colorsoft, I highly recommend just obviously leaving it plugged in and having that on there. And you can use any wireless charger. I've even used my iPhone little puck thing that it comes with, the wireless charger, and that will connect if you make sure you have set it on there correctly. And other wireless chargers should work as well. This is a little sticker. I'll talk about this at the end of the video. This does not interfere with the wireless charging. Some people ask me about this. Mine's kind of off to the side. You'll see why in a little bit here when I get to the accessories, but so it holds this pop socket because it is magnetic. So that's why it's kind of off center, because that's where I hold my book, is more off center. Some people put it in the middle, but this thing does not interfere with the wireless charging. So if you want wireless charging, you do need to get the Paperwhite Signature or the Colorsoft. If you're fine with just regular old charging using the little port, then you're good with the basic or regular Paperwhite. So the regular Paperwhite I think is good for anyone who just wants a larger screen but doesn't necessarily want to spring for the premium features, but you want something a little bigger than the basic and you want it to be waterproof. That's another thing, is this little guy is not waterproof. It's water resistant. Like if you were in the rain, oh, I don't want to say these things because I don't want you to hold me to it. Let me know how waterproof yours is in the comments if you've had any experiences. But this little guy right here, I gifted one to my mom for Mother's Day a couple of years ago, and her cat, we love so much, knocked it into the bathtub while she wasn't looking. The Kindle took a little swim, and then it had to be put in rice, and it did in fact turn back on, but it said like, I don't remember what it said, but it said something on the screen like water damage or something like that. And I did have to get her a new one on Prime Day because it was ruined. So if it's going to be taking like a full bath, like it's going to be submerged by accident, obviously you wouldn't do that on purpose, but if it's going to be submerged in like a bathtub, a pool, the ocean, just if it's going to accidentally fall into something, maybe don't bring the basic, because if water gets in it, it is the end. These other ones though, you can tell they're kind of like more fully sealed. They are supposedly waterproof, so they are not going to be injured by things like that. And you can tell again, oops, you can tell that I don't have some of these downloaded on my Paperwhite right now, so there, I'll just do that so you can see what that looks like. Two are the same size, weight, width, things like that. The battery on this one lasts an incredibly long time as well. I would say overall, like just if you're thinking about battery life, I would say this one lasts the longest, then this one, then the Colorsoft. But this is all very skewed because I read on the Colorsoft more. But I have heard this one drains battery more just because of the color. So that one I wouldn't say lasts for like weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. This one will probably last at least 2 or 3 weeks. So none of these, like I feel like at this point, people aren't going fully off the grid for like 3 months or something like that and needing to have their Kindles fully charged. We have portable chargers, things like that. In fact, I'll show you my favorite portable charger at the end of this video when I talk about the accessories. So that way you can, if you want to have a portable charger that charges your Kindle and your phone, I'll show you a suggestion that I really like, along with like some stands, some pop sockets, things like that. So we'll get to that at the end of this video because we're getting to the end of our Kindle specs and which Kindle is for you. But overall, I think we all have a place to charge something at least once a week. So with any of these, you're going to be fine. I don't think battery is a huge indicator of why you should choose any of these at this point. What I think you should be thinking about is size, portability. Do you want it to be something that can easily just be thrown in your purse, that can go with you? Or do you want to really have that enriched reading experience where you have that automatic light, you have the warmth, you have the color covers, and all of that, because this one is a different experience, like I said, than these two. So do you want to have that experience? Do you read a lot of graphic novels, or do you just want to have the color covers? The Colorsoft, I will say, if I had to pick one Kindle that's my favorite, it's the Colorsoft. There's no competing with it at this point. Now that I've seen it the way that it is, I just love it. I use it for most of my videos where I'm doing TBR Tuesdays. It's just handy. People love it. Like if I do a poll and I'm like, what do you want to see in my videos? People hands down love this one. But this one, for the travel and like cute factor, this one can't be beat because people love the little matcha color. And you can even see on this one that I've got a little sparkly clear case on this one. You can put stickers in here. I just haven't put the stickers back because I normally keep it in like a little folio case, which I promise I'll get to. So I usually keep my clear cases on all of my Kindles, and I'll link these below with little stickers. This one has a MagSafe as well. It really depends on what you personally are looking for. So like I said, any of them have great battery, any of them have great storage, any of them you can change the font size, things like that. So it really depends on if you want those premium features or a larger waterproof screen. So those are the things that are going to make the biggest differences, I think, in which Kindle is right for you. And if you have any individual questions like, hey, Summer, which Kindle will be right for me in this situation, I am totally happy to answer your comments. I try to reply to everybody. So if you have any questions about your particular scenario, or if you're like kind of teetering between two Kindles, let me know. I'm happy to help you out in the comments. And if you are going to buy one during Prime days, or you have a favorite one that you suggest to people, let us know in the comments, because I know that you guys like to look through the comments and talk to each other too. So it's just nice to have a community that you can talk to and talk to other people, see their experiences as well. And the one Kindle that I haven't talked about is the Kindle Scribe. The Kindle Scribe is a bit more expensive. It's a bit more premium. The screen is larger. It's more like an iPad size. I will link it down below in case you want to see it, because it does come with a little stylus where you can kind of annotate books. You can write in it like a notebook. And it is the one Kindle that I have never had. If you guys would really like to see it, let me know, because I might splurge for you guys, but it's not something that I would probably normally use. I do have a Kobo, and I have so many videos on my Kobo. Like I have an unboxing, I have a do I still use my Kobo, I've got a review. So that's again on my channel if you want to see that, and I'll try and link every single thing below, as many things as I have room for. So since this is really a Kindle centric video, I'm just gonna mostly talk about them, but if you're interested in seeing a Kobo, that's on there for you to see as well. So hopefully this was helpful as far as which Kindle might be right for you during Prime days or just in general. And now let's talk about some accessories. So these are things that I get questions about, or just that enhance my reading experience. So like I said, the little basic is honestly, it's too small to need a pop socket. Like I don't need a pop socket on this one. It's just easy to hold. But on the larger devices, I have these little magnetic stickers on my cases. So how this works is you do need a little magnetic something. Like this is a white one to match whatever's going on in that case. Here's a black one that kind of goes with the Colorsoft stickers and everything. So I like to have these clear cases on the bigger devices, and they have these magnetic stickers. So that's part number one of this system that I'm about to show you, is these magnetic stickers. So I'll link those below. The next thing about this is that it is not only a pop socket, as you can see. So you can like just stick that right on there. They just have magnetic pop sockets now, which is fantastic, because I remember when they were first a thing, people were really upset because they were like, what if I don't want it on there all the time? That's annoying. So they just have magnetic ones now, which is fantastic. So that's something that you can get. But this is not your run-of-the-mill magnetic pop socket. No, this is actually a stand. I have to get it rotated right here. Hold on. Where's my little, there it is. So this is actually a stand, a MagSafe stand. And you can see the brand is like Mind Sky or whatever that says right there. So that is the second part of this whole situation, that you can actually stand your Kindle up. It's so nice for like if you're eating dinner or something, or sometimes I'll do read with me's, and like you just want it to be sitting in front of you instead of being flat. This is the nicest thing in the entire world, because then you can just like speed through whatever you're reading. So that is the second part. And then this is just a regular pop socket right here where it says just one more chapter. That is a regular pop socket. I do believe it comes in MagSafe, but for this little system, like I said, you need three things. You need the magnetic sticker to put on your case. You need the magnetic stand to go on there. And then I just like, this is just like a regular pop socket, and I just like set it on there. Like I just glued it with the little adhesive in the middle of this. So that is my system. If you don't want the stand and you just want the magnetic pop socket, then you can just get two things. You can just get the ring and a magnetic pop socket. But I personally love the versatility of being able to have the stand and the pop socket, and like the stand is just more helpful than you even think it would be. And what's cool is you can move pop sockets from device to device. I also have a white one with a little square pop socket and a silver stand, which is the exact same situation. It's just that the black one goes with the Colorsoft and the white one goes with the Paperwhite. Guys, I have a Kindle channel. Like this is an e-reader channel, let's be honest. Like I have other reading content, but my e-reader content is the most watched. So most people do not have like a pop socket to match each Kindle, but I do because I have this channel. So there you go. But this one works the exact same way. It's like the exact same stand. You just pop it out And I was so scared. This is like something funny that I was so scared when I ordered this. I was like, wait, it's a square pop socket, but it's a round thing. And I was not sure if the dimensions were gonna work or if this was gonna get caught on it. It actually does get caught on it, but you have to just rotate the little square. But this one stands up as well. Absolutely amazing. You can put it back, use the pop socket. If you want it to sit flat, you take it off. So I highly suggest one of these little guys. It's super helpful. This would be perfect for a tray table if you're on an airplane and you just like want to stand it up and not have to worry about it. Boom. Amazing. That's how that works. I'll put those over there. If you want a different type of stand, you're not really a pop socket person, this is actually a phone stand. It's a MagSafe phone stand. The magnet was extremely strong, if you couldn't tell just there. But this one has a bunch of different ways that you can fold it out. So this one is really good. I think this is so cute because it matches the matcha, kind of. But it doesn't have, that one doesn't have a MagSafe thing on it. But if you want to MagSafe this one and use this little stand, it's like too tall for the camera. I could zoom out, hold on. This is like an extreme angle, but you can see that you can kind of elevate it like that. You can also just put this stand as like a little, kind of like a, just resting it like that. And you can adjust the angle to any angle you want. So if you want something really versatile that's not a pop socket that can fit in your wallet, really flat like that, it's so tiny, I would suggest this little moft thing. It comes in other colors. Again, I use this for my phone all the time as a tripod if I'm out filming something, but it's perfect if it has, it's a little dirty because it's been seriously everywhere. It's been to like Disneyland, it's been everywhere, and I need to probably get a magic eraser and clean it off. But this thing, highly recommend, because it goes with anything that's magnetic. So anything you can put a magnetic sticker on, it can be a stand for. And this thing is just super versatile for phones. If my mom calls me on FaceTime and I don't want to be holding my phone or like set my phone against something, I'll put it on this little thing and hold it up, because then my phone's staying up and you can put it vertical or horizontal. So this thing, just, I can't say enough good things about it. The next thing is I'm going to link all the cases below, because like I said, I like to have a clear case on my Paperwhites and my Colorsoft with a screen protector. Heavy on the with a screen protector, because this one, for example, like the Paperwhite, just regular Paperwhite, I will throw this one in my purse and take it to the gym. And so it's actually been saved. See that little divot? That is where it was stuck in my purse with something that was kind of sharp, and it actually has kind of healed itself and saved it. So thank God I had a screen protector on there, because I am not thinking about it sometimes. But for my little matcha, I like to take this one in a folio case and see how easily it just pops right in there. It's so nice. So this one actually matches this little Kobo case, and they have this one for, I think, all of the devices, but I like to, when I'm traveling, have this one in a case where it just automatically opens, and it also has this little magnet right here that keeps it kind of shut so that nothing gets on my screen. This one I don't have a screen protector on, like I said, just I like the regular screen of this one, but I like to protect it when I'm on the go by having this little case on it, and it matches the matcha perfectly, and it's just adorable. I don't have any stickers on this one, but I do have another case that I can swap it out for if in case I'm feeling stickery. And this one has like little bumper edges and things like that. So I'll link both of those below. The other thing that I've been extremely obsessed with, if you're gonna get like two things, well, I recommend all of these. I definitely recommend a screen protector, and I recommend some kind of stand and case. Like if you're gonna invest, like, you know, look, it just went ahead and it like did that little synced thing. Do you see that? Like it synced from my other device, and it's also changing the it's changing the brightness right now. So what this is this is a page turner. So say you are wanting to optimize your reading experience. So if you have it standing up, also I need to make sure I turn this on. There's a little button on the back. So you have to place this low enough. When I first got my page turner, I was putting it like up here, And then what happens is if you press the button, it actually activates the menu if it's too high. So that is something that I've seen people do. It's a big mistake. They're like, I hate my page turner, it doesn't work. I'm like, listen, I did this too, where it was hitting the wrong place. But you can actually pull it really far over to where it's not obstructing your view, like as far as you can possibly pull it over. And then click. Oh my gosh, you can actually get one that turns pages back and forward, but mine just goes forward. So I don't know, this is like the best thing for me at the gym. Like I'll just put this on the treadmill, I'll bring my page turner with me, and this is a USB charger. It lasts forever and ever. So you literally you can just like read so quickly. Like I've had multiple people tell me or ask me at the gym, like, what are you using? Like, what is that? Because they just see me like reading away. Like I'm so distracted. I don't even know how many miles I've walked because I'm just like so excited by this thing. So I'm just so into my book. It really helps the whole thing disappear into the background because you've got the page turner. You've got this in your hand. It has a nice little hand strap. And that way you're just like reading away. So the page turner I would invest in. I really would. Like if you're on the fence about a page turner but you see a deal on one, like just get it. You will thank yourself. So that is my thought about a page turner. I've got two more things for you. All right, this next one we actually had to change the scenery for because I felt like you needed a good view of this. Okay guys, sorry if the quality just changed. I'm filming this on my phone because my camera just died in the middle of me talking about this little lap desk. So sorry for the weird continuity thing here, but what I was gonna say is this lap desk and the page turner are a lethal combo in a good way. I'm being dramatic, but if you're just looking for something to hold your Kindle up while you're reading, if you're sitting in bed, if you're sitting on the couch, if you're sitting in your reading nook, wherever you are, you want to have a little glass of water or whatever. You want to have some snacks in here. I often just like keep my little stand or my thing in here. You could have literally anything in here. You could put your phone, whatever. And then you've got the page turner to just keep turning. You can angle this to whatever angle you need. If you're looking to up your reading experience, you need this lap desk. I know it's not something that every single person needs, but I'm just going to tell you right now, since we're talking about all the Kindle accessories and everything, I highly suggest this. The page turner and the lap desk really upgraded my reading experience, and I feel like now I don't have an excuse like, oh, my neck hurts, like I don't have to like look down and hold my Kindle. Like literally you can have it wherever you want. This thing helped me read so many long books like Iron Flame and Onyx Storm. I was rereading those two in the Fourth Wing series, and those are long books. They are so long. So this just like helps me get in the zone. I really like to read at the gym and at home using this lap desk because it's just more immersive. You don't have to worry about like being comfortable. So if you're someone who like might even have mobility issues and you're going to be sitting for a long time and you want to be comfortable, just do yourself a favor, because then you've got your drink, you've got your snacks, you've got all of this. Like it's just so cozy. I feel like anyone could totally be obsessed with this thing. So comes in a bunch of different colors. This thing comes out, I was kind of concerned because like what if you just put your snacks directly in there? Like, can you wash it? Yes, you can. So page turner, Kindle, snacks, drink. That's just absolutely amazing. So I'll link this little lap desk below. And the last thing that I promised to show you was a charger that would portably charge your Kindle and your phone and whatever you want with all of those different chargers. So this one is my favorite. I've tried so many. You can tell this is like tried and true and like really used because I have used it in so many places. But this one has a cord that comes with it for every charger. Like, let me get that to focus. There's USB-C, micro USB right there. There's lightning. So if like you and your friend or you and your partner like have different phones or devices, doesn't matter. Well, it does matter if you need to share it, but if you have like somebody has an iPhone, somebody has an Android, not going to be an issue. So what you do is you just take it, plug it in. You need to bring extra cords or whatever. And when you plug it in, it tells you how much battery percentage is left in this guy. So that way you know how much you have left. And you can see a little light means it's charging. I have charged my iPhone and my Kindle off of this like multiple times. So This thing will last you forever. If you're going on a trip, I highly recommend the duo of like a stand and this thing or something like that, because the cool thing about this thing, I don't know why my phone is like deciding not to focus, but the cool thing about this is that you can just plug it into a wall. So you can charge it if you want, like using a USB or USB-C, but I just like plug it into the wall. Then when I'm about to leave, I just throw it in my purse. It's not heavy at all, and you can totally carry it around on your trip, and you know exactly how much battery you have left. So in case you're worried about your Kindle or your phone dying on a trip and you might not have as much electricity as I'm assuming you do, then this would be a perfect companion for you. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope that maybe it helped you decide which Kindle you may want to get. Again, if you have any questions about your particular situation and which Kindle would be right for you, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions that I didn't answer, I'm happy to answer those. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a long video, but I hope it was enjoyable. I hope it gave you some information that you didn't already have, at least one thing, or at least I hope it helped you decide which Kindle might be for you, which is so exciting. Can't wait for you to join the Kindle family if that's what's going to happen. You're finally going to take the plunge or maybe even upgrade to maybe a Paperwhite signature or a Colorsoft, or I know some people like consider it like downgrading, but it's not a downgrade if you're just looking for a cute little travel Kindle like the matcha. So that's what I've got for you today. Let me know if you want to see any other Prime Days videos or any other Kindle videos that are focused on something specific. Please give this video a thumbs up. It really, really helps my channel, and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on any more Kindle or book content. So I'll see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day whenever you're watching this. Bye guys.